All right, so everybody can hear me okay?
Yep.
All right, Joe, thanks for having me out. I really appreciate it. I always enjoy the opportunity to be able to come out and talk to new people about nutrition. It's kind of what I do is nutrition. I've helped a lot of people over the last almost 15 years make meal plans, learn how to develop a meal plan you can stick with, and why to eat what you're eating. I think not enough people understand why they are doing what they're doing, and that's kind of one of the things I want to help you do. My job, I feel like today, is to teach you all the nutrition basics. I don't want to talk for too long, although I tend to get long-winded sometimes. Probably these guys can tell you from we had a trainer meeting not too long ago, and I tend to go on sometimes. I'll try not to do that too much. I just want to give you, like I said, the basics, and then answer any of your questions that you have about nutrition, okay? So let me start real simple. When it comes to nutrition, there are really just a few very simple rules that you need to follow to be really successful. And I'm going to be very blunt with all of you today, just tell you. And as anybody who knows me can tell you, that's just the way I am. I'm not going to be out of line, but I am going to tell you just the way it is. And what I've noticed over my years of helping people with nutrition is most people tend to make it way, way, way too difficult. Okay, nutrition is a very simple thing. It's also the most fair thing in the world, because the more effort you put into eating the right foods, the better your results are going to be. You know, a lot of people, what they want to do is they don't follow a good meal plan. They try to take shortcuts. They try to get away with things. And it just does not ever work. It never works. Maybe for a short period of time, you can get away with starving yourself or going on some sort of a liquid diet or some sort of a detox diet. Has anybody ever been on a detox diet? Raise your, be honest now. Some of you girls have done it. You did a detox diet? A guy? Anybody else? Hey, all these kinds of things you don't need to do, all right? What you want to do is you want to learn the basic simple rules, and when you do this, your body detoxifies itself just by eating right. So we're going to start with the real simple stuff. I don't want to complicate it, and then I'll answer your questions. Rule number one is you need to eat small, frequent meals throughout the day. That is the most important thing. I would take that, even if you were eating something that is not, now I don't want to say that I'm okay with this, but let's say you go to Subway and you eat a sub every day for lunch. I would be more okay with that than I would be you skipping your meal, okay? So when you're just trying to learn how to eat right and change your body, you got to keep in mind, we're doing this for life. Hopefully a lot of you are doing, hopefully all of you are doing the Dream Team competition, which we'll talk about later. But even if you're not, this way of eating is something you're going to do from now forever. No matter how old you're now, I fully expect every one of you to learn this and follow it. 100 years old, you're still eating the same basic plan. And that's how you see good results. It's consistency over a long period of time. So even if you ate foods that weren't the best for you at first, the number one thing I'd like to see you do is start eating small, frequent meals throughout the day. Because then I have found it's a lot easier to change those meals, but it's the people that don't eat on any kind of a regular basis or schedule, those are the people that I personally have found I have the harder time with. They're all over the place. But if you can say, hey, this is what I eat, and you can show it to me, even if it's wrong, if it's a plan, we can fix it. The hardest thing for trainers to fix, for me to fix, for anyone to fix, is somebody who has no plan. You eat breakfast sometimes. If I get up on time, I eat breakfast. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I wait till I get to work. Sometimes I eat a lunch break. Sometimes I don't. That kind of stuff is the most difficult. So you got to get on some sort of a routine. Raise your hand. I'm older than I used to be, I'm realizing that now when I talk to people and they've never seen the movie Groundhog Day. Raise your hand if you've seen the movie Groundhog Day. The younger people are like, what? And I'm like, Bill Murray's in it. And they're like, who? Okay. Groundhog Day is a movie about this guy who lives the same day over and over and over again until he gets it right. And I always tell people that your nutrition should be a lot like the movie Groundhog Day, where people around you should almost be able to tell what time of the day it is by you eating. People around the gym should be like, oh, it must be 2:30, Joe's having this protein shake. Like, it should be kind of like that. And I know some people can say, well, that's boring. All depends how you look at it. You can look at it as boring. I've been eating the same way for years. I'm 38. I've never really changed my way of eating. I've never found it to be boring. I look at the advantages of eating right over the disadvantages. And you can say, well, I want to eat what I want to eat. Okay, well, you're going to look like how you look. Okay, and you're going to feel like how you feel then. Then if you don't mind not looking good, if you don't mind buying bigger clothes, if you don't mind yelling at your husband before you go out to dinner every night because you don't like the way you look in your jeans, you got to ask him if you look fat, and then he's got to make up an answer and all that kind of stuff like that. When we all know that if you just do you don't need to ask your husband if you look good in jeans. You know you look good in those jeans when you do what you're supposed to do. And everybody's happy. So what you should do is look at the advantages of eating properly. So get into the habit of eating right when you get up. So that rule number 1 is eat when you get up within 30 minutes at the latest. If it has been 30 minutes and you have not eaten yet, you're doing your body a huge disservice. You are not too busy to eat breakfast. None of you are. None of you. None of you. Not one person here can give me a reason why they didn't eat breakfast. Maybe if you deliver babies and you were on call and they called you in or something. I don't know, but besides that, it'd be a rare occasion. You get up and eat breakfast. Because some people say, well, I don't have time in the morning. Does anybody know what the answer to that would be?
Get up earlier.
Get up earlier. You have these alarm clocks, and you can set them for any time. So, thanks, Joe. You can put them, you know, if you're waking up at 5:30, you don't have time to eat breakfast, start getting up at 5:15. Now you have 15 minutes to eat breakfast, okay? So get up and eat breakfast. A lot of moms, who's a mom here with small kids? Okay, moms, listen. Or dads if you stay at home. Keep your hands up for a second. I want to see who you are, so I might talk to you again. Okay. Mom, because moms, you got to understand this. Listen. You need to take care of yourself first. You understand? That's not being selfish. That is not selfish. You need to get up. You need to eat. Then you can start your day. Because a lot of the people I train, a lot of them are women, a lot of them are moms. Like, well, I didn't have time yet. I had to get my kids ready for school. And, you know, they go, then you stop listening after a while. But my wife's not going to see this. So what you need to understand is you got to get up, just like they tell you in an airplane, you got to put the gas mask on yourself, or the oxygen mask first on yourself, gas mask, oxygen mask on first yourself, then you can help your neighbor. It's the same thing with yourself. You have to help yourself. If you're unhappy with yourself, you're unhappy with everybody around you. You're unhappy with your family and your coworkers. So this is all important that you learn to take care of yourself. Put yourself first as not being selfish. So get up, eat, okay? And then you should eat every roughly 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours, until you go to bed. So you're talking 6 to 7 times a day you're eating. And people are like, oh, well, all those meals, I don't care what you call them. You can call them meals, snacks, feedings, breakfast, lunch and dinner, meal 1, meal 2, meal 3, meal 4, 5, and 6, whatever you want to call them, okay? But every 2 to 3 hours, you're going to eat from the time you wake up till the time you go to bed. And then the next thing is, what do you eat? These are the next 3 rules. What do you eat? Protein. Every single time you eat, you need to have some protein. Listen, you are not going to get kidney damage by eating some protein powder, okay? I just had this conversation with a person the other day. I get very emotional and upset when I hear about it because she said, well, my doctor told me maybe I shouldn't take any protein powder anymore. And I thought, how irresponsible of a medical professional to tell you you can't have protein powder. Protein powder is no different than having a piece of chicken. Okay, so if your doctors say, listen, or a nutrition expert that you know, or somebody on TV says, stay away from protein powder, they also better be telling you to stay away from chicken, eggs, steak, tuna, because protein is just protein. It's just protein, okay? So you need to have it throughout the day because your body needs a flow of amino acids throughout the day and uses protein better in small dosages rather than like one big steak at noon or something like that. So all throughout the day with every meal, a little bit of protein. What is a protein? Simple. If it used to have a face on it and you can kill it, it's a protein. Okay? So look at your neighbor on your left and your neighbor on your right. There's a piece of protein during this talk.